two, one. Love Hope Radio.
The information you hear on the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk with Dr. Len is intended to be educational and not intended to diagnose or treat disease. Individual concerns should be addressed to your health professional. It's time for the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk with registered pharmacist, clinical nutritionist, and naturopathic doctor, Dr. Len Branswood. He's here to use his knowledge to impact your health and change your life. Get more information on the website at thenutritionshop.net. Right now, you can call the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk at 347-989-8205. That's 347-989-8205. And now your host for the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk, Dr. Len Branswood.
You know, with so many people going vegan and really trying to get into plant-based diets, we're being told over and over again how much healthier it is for us. So we all tend to want to go higher and higher into those plant-based diets and avoid animals. Well, one of the big issues that's going around right now is an area called a low Fodmap diet, Fodmat. It's a hot topic with dietitians or people studying diet, because what we're finding is as we've moved more and more into these plant-based diets, that certain parts of this, the category called legumes, black beans, all of that bean category, which is, again, plant-based food, and we tend to turn to those as a protein source, we're finding people having a very difficult time digesting them. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So all of a sudden, the dawn of the low FODMAP diet, it's the catch-all. If you're having bloating and gas, and if you're having digestive issues, or we don't want to believe it's irritable bowel syndrome, we want to believe it's FODMAP. Fermentable, I'd like to know who came up with this. Fermentable oligo di and monosaccharides and polyols. A little bizarre. Fermentable, which means you're going to eat them and they're going to ferment in your system and they're going to cause you a world of hurt. So we're going to talk about this in a new piece that says, if you're concerned about that, or if somebody said you got to go on a low FODMAP diet, is there an easier solution than avoidance? We'll get started here in 1 minute. You know, it's amazing to me that so many of the individuals that are so enthralled, the millennials that are enthralled with plant-based diets, oh my God, it's got to be plant-based diets. And if you ask them why, what's the big deal? Well, we're going to save the world. We're going to stop climate change. I'm not going to get into that right now. But what you're going to find is this article that I'm going to quote from comes out of Finland. I'm not going to say anything about Finnish people. I'm not going to say it. Except for the fact that there's probably an overabundance number of people there that are climate change advocates. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So this is coming from the VTT Technical Research Center in Finland. It's information you need to hear. Or since we're putting this up as a YouTube video that'll be on our site at thenutritionshop.net, thenutritionshop.net. If you know somebody that is just screaming and is a big advocate of the low FODMAP diet, you can say, hey, I learned something about that today. And there is a solution. So I'm not going to discount the fact that a lot of us, me, you, maybe the person sitting next to you, have a difficult time digesting some beans. I shouldn't share this with you, but growing up, being raised by an Italian family, there was a tradition in our family. I don't know where it came from, some part of Italy, that at holiday time, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, only time of the year we would have lima beans. I don't know why. And you know, because you only got it 3 times a year, and they used to bathe them in butter. And it was like, oh my God, lima beans. I don't know about you, but me, it became dangerous to give me lima beans. Okay, and I know, and a lot of us have that. That's in the category of a legume that's just a little bit difficult to digest. Here's what this article says. A plant-based diet is good for your health. However, many plant-based products, especially legumes, contain FODMAP compounds that are poorly digestible and cause unpleasant intestinal symptoms. What's the explanation here? Gas. A study by VTT and Finnish companies succeeded in breaking down FODMAPs with enzymes and producing new stomach-friendly plant-based food products. So now, here we are. I want to enjoy the 3 times a year I have lima beans. Enzyme Forte, a product by Foster Regal that if you read the label says pancreatin containing protease, amylase, lipase with cellulase, papain, and bile extract nutritionally supports digestive health. We are preemptively helping the body to be having all the potential in the world to digest the legume. FODMAPs are short-chain carbohydrate molecules. So in the world of carbohydrates, there are big long ones and there are nice little short ones when you look at the chemical structure, you know, and when we say that it is a whole series of carbohydrates. So we go CHO, 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 and down the line, because carbohydrates are very easy to digest for the most part, and they are an instant source of glucose for our body to feed our energy stores. So FODMAPs are short-chain carbohydrates. They're shorter. They're poorly absorbed in the human small intestine. So where the bigger, longer chains tend to be able to be absorbed easier, these short-chain ones can't. These non-absorbed compounds move along to the large intestine, where the microbes in there, our intestinal bugs, are good bacteria and bad, feed on them. This results in the production of gases that cause symptoms, especially for those suffering from an intestinal disorder, but also for many others. These problems are relatively common, as it's been estimated that the irritable bowel syndrome alone affects almost 20% of the population worldwide. Many foods contain FODMAPs, and most of these foods are themselves healthy and good sources of fiber, nutrients, and vegetable proteins. However, those suffering with symptoms will often avoid these foods and miss out on their health benefits. In a study funded by VTT, focused on 2 key FODMAP compounds, galactin and fructan. You don't need to know that. Those are the 2 sugars that were part of the digestive process that they were exploring. Galactin is abundant in example in legumes, while fructan is common in many cereals, among other things. You ever have one of those mornings where you're just not quite right and you have a big bowl of wheat-based cereal and then a couple hours later, you have a whole world of gastro problems. We investigated whether these compounds can be removed from food by breaking them down with enzymes. Could we take the offensive part of this and preemptively break it down before we even ate it? We utilized both commercial enzymes and ones produced at this VTT in the project. We used them to test the removal of FODMAPs from fava beans and pea protein concentrates, where that's a hot subject right now, as well as from rye, gram, and wheat flour, said senior research scientist Adi Nisola. The solution proved to work. There were only small amounts of FODMAPs remaining in the raw materials after treating them with enzymes. The method is similar to that used to make, I wasn't familiar with this, it's called Hyla milk, Hyla, in which the lactose is broken down in advance. You see that in our lactose-free milks that you can buy. Similarly, enzymatic treatment can be used to remove FODMAPs from food. The research project also tested whether enzymes work in connection with the preparation of the food products. In other words, if you treat it with these enzymes, that affect the taste or the production of it. This would allow the food industry to eliminate harmful FODMAP compounds in their own processes. The project focuses on testing plant-based spoonable products, meat analogs. These are the, what's it called, the Impossible Burger at Burger King, and bakery products to investigate different types of plant-based foods suitable for the FODMAP diet. The study showed that enzymes also worked under a variety of conditions and in different food processes. This is interesting new information, especially for legumes, as there are currently no similar legume-based foods suitable to the FODMAP diet on the market. The results are most likely to be utilized next in the development of new food items, but also in academic research in order to verify the effects on intestinal symptoms with certainty. We are not going to say it isn't real. It is real. It's real. However, can we say definitively that you have to suffer? Or do you have to avoid this? In the future, you're going to see products coming to market that are going to be able to eliminate the potential problems right out of the foods before we can consume them. That's very cool. As of right now, instead of avoiding and missing the benefits of so many of these great products, Enzyme Forte, easy to use, can be given prior to eating, can be taken afterwards. It most likely better to be used beforehand as a very simplistic way to start breaking down things and having the stomach ready to do that breakdown prior to the food coming in. You want more information on this? Call our staff at 678-228-8900, 678-228-8900. The website is thenutritionshop.net. Excuse me, we're running a special now on our new fish oil product. We'll be talking much more about that in future shows. Check it out. We're running a 20% off sale right now. Just call in at 678-228-8900, 678-228-8900. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the key brain region for controlling binge drinking has been found up here. Again, 678-228-8900. God bless you, folks. See you back here tomorrow. Take care.
I hope you received your daily dose. Remember, you can go back and listen to this information again at blogtalkradio.com or at our website, thenutritionshop.net.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.